Hey there folks, and welcome to this video, and what we're going to talk about is something I've just seen come up on Dirtfish. I know I said something different in the previous video, but this one is really interesting. It's a debate that David Evans has created on his opinion section about should WRC stick with hybrid, especially if they could easily get rid of it, and the compact dynamics agreement for, I believe it's 25 and 26, hasn't been agreed yet. And it raises an interesting point, really. The WRC has fully sustainable fuels, and that is on a tender, and that's likely to be renewed with, is it P1, I think? This company's name. And they've done a really good job by doing that, because the WRC is showcasing this alternative. And there are really two sides to it, and one of them's more optimistic and one of them isn't. The first one is, should it be that the WRC Rally 1 cars should be more manufacturer based? Should Hyundai, Ford and Toyota make their own hybrids? After all, they have their own hybrid road cars, they have their own electric divisions. Ford more so with things like the Marquis and commercials, but Hyundai have them all the way down from electric hatchbacks to hydrogen fuel cell lorries. And Toyota, well, they don't make lorries, but their entire range is hybrid. Even from the Yaris that makes the GR Yaris. So they could easily do it all in-house. The question is, would that bring in more manufacturers? I doubt there would be the demand for the current Rally 2 manufacturers to make hybrid systems, even with a spec kit. And given that 3 of them are the current Rally 1 manufacturers, that shows that kind of pessimism. I mean, who else do we have in the Rally 2 market nowadays? Skoda, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's really it. Citroen do some upgrades, but they largely rely on their more popular customer outfits to do the entries, like Santa Lock at present. VW have completely shut down theirs with some spare parts lying around, but few and far between. Most of their customers are switching over to the new Fabia. Yeah, that's really it. Rally 3, we see Renault. And you'd hope that there'd be more in Rally 2, but I don't know. I don't think there's so much of the demand there. And I can tell you what the big issue is cost. These brands aren't willing to invest. Heck, M Sport's going off of very limited funding and support from Ford, who, you know, are now committing into F1. They need to make it cheaper, they need to make it more affordable. Whilst WEC's been able to thrive from more manufacturer interest, the WRC hasn't. And I think making it more affordable is the way forward. I mean, David Evans' article talks about how just take out go towards this spec Rally 1, Rally 2 power unit. That would make some sense. At the end of the day, it would mean that the Rally 1s were the step back from WRC that we were expecting. It's like the WRC minus approach. But I'd rather still it was a Rally 2 plus. Because I know this is an analogy that I've used for years. But after Group B we had Group A. You could argue what we've had here is our Group S. But I think we need to get smaller, less powerful, less expensive. Maybe a 4-tier solution rather than 5. Rally 1 through Rally 4. Put more privateers into the World Championship. It wouldn't starve the regional championships. The ERC would still be as popular as ever, and all the other regional ones would be. It would just mean that you'd see more top flight entries in other rounds, because having less than a dozen, I think, is not good for the WRC. I mean, I think that because I grew up in the noughties, right? When you see so many privateers, and you see so many manufacturers. But yeah, I think that's where it needs to go. So I don't care if what we say is Rally 2 is a new Rally 1, then we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2 for all-wheel drive and 2 two-wheel drive disciplines, and then you can have Rally GT for a 5th discipline. It's a shame that one's really started to go away, because that was looking quite interesting with Alpine coming up more and more and more. But if you can find a way to consolidate that one in there as well and consolidate it within current GT regulations, then all the better. At the end of the day, rallying suffers from something that's usually attached more to the formulas and maybe a bit of Le Mans, which is the kind of legal speak, the FIA technicalities and everything like that. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.